we'll use generative AI, Gemma 7B, to see how accurate the responses are for simple tasks. Before I begin, quick reminder that every day I host a live stream. You visit ojambo.com, you go to the watch menu, then the live sub menu, and you can see this current live stream is called Review Generative AI Alpaca with Gemma 7B. The channel is going to be on and the date and times. And these are the post-dated topics for future tutorials. Be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. Quick reminder that see this fitness calculator here? This has been updated. It used to be just purely PHP. Then I updated as a web, basically a web application. So I think in the future tutorial I'll show you how to convert this into a PWA app so it can be downloaded. I'll add extra stuff here in the future. So I think everything that we do that I'm happy with, I'll put it up here so under the fun category. So Alpaca here is a generative AI. We're going to use the Gemma 7B model. So basically, Alpaca is an application that makes it easy to interact with AI models directly on your device. So this is going to be local AI. All right, so from the GitHub description, let's actually go there to the GitHub page here. You can see here it has, it's called Local and Online AI Hub. And you can see it's just a normal client where you can manage and chat with multiple models. So in the last tutorial in this series, I used a different model. The funny thing is when I was asking it questions after I installed the Gemma model, the problem was it was still using the old one instead of this one. So I had to remove the old one. So I think it kind of picks the best one or whatever it finds the fastest. But I don't want that in this because I want to separate each model to see how accurate it is. And that's basically the purpose of this series. Okay, so with that, these are the questions we're going to ask it. Who is the mayor of a major city? We're going to request some PHP code snippet. We're going to request a 1080p screenshot. We're going to request a Kotlin code, and we're going to request a blend file. So basically, if you don't understand AI, you can easily follow along with this. So essentially, all AIs work in some type of API, application programming interface, a set of rules or protocols that enable software applications to communicate with each other. So obviously the model, you can consider the model a different application, and this one is obviously this application opened up, it's a different app. So it uses the API of that one to communicate with each other. What's a UI? That's just a GUI, graphical user interface. AI is artificial intelligence. In research, so in the computer science, it develops and studies methods software enables machines to perceive the environment and use learning. So I just want to let you know that when I was younger, I was told that intelligence is you can describe intelligence as training or teaching someone, and then when you leave, that person can then go and train others and take that information you taught them, and they can become better. For example, like if you teach a kid how to read and write, that's it, the ABCs. That baby will then go and teach other babies and take that information and maybe later on be able to write. See, that's the point. It's like us as humans. We are taught the basic ABs, whatever, a few little language here, and then we, and after that we can, for example, on our own go learn, for example, like a different language or something like that. So that's intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence is not the same because you can take all the information today in 2025, you put it into a supercomputer. Supercomputer will be able to, for example, I'll use myself as an example. So I've been programming since I was a little kid. So if you take all my information, everything I've ever done, even when I made mistakes, if you throw all that information into a supercomputer, and then let's say today I say, hey, how do I do this? How do I do that? Yeah, the computer will take all my previous information and be able to spit out code extremely fast, way faster than me. Here's the caveat though. I was thinking about this today when I woke up. So what if there's a new programming language? Let's say I did everything in JavaScript. There's a new programming language. Let's call it Go or GD or whatever, right? So that artificial intelligence will not be able to pick up the new language, but I will, because I can use my past experience. So that's what I'm saying. Artificial intelligence is not really intelligence. It has limits. So I think they should call it a different name. Intelligence is not, I know they're trying to, the marketing guys are being smart with it, but it's not really intelligent. They should call it something else. For example, what's a chatbot? A chatbot is basically an AI that writes text, to write stories, messages, and programming code. And then conversation, this means it stimulates human conversation. I can ask you a question, it will answer. That's basically what that means. LLM, these are large language models. These are machine learning models designed for natural language processing tasks. You understand that when we actually get started today. And Ollama, this is just, as I said, it's a platform that runs large language on your device. Okay, so this is my my system. It's an old system. I got it in 2021 when I built it. So not 2021, sorry, I mean 2011. So it's, you see it's an i7 2600 here. The memory is 16 gigs of RAM, DDR3. I'm using Fedora Linux, Workstation 42, GNOME 48 desktop, and the language model we're going to use is Gemma 7b. So to follow along this tutorial, you need some type of text editor. You can use an IDE. I recently reviewed Apache NetBeans IDE and also removed Guinea IDE. I'll probably do some more editors later, but I'll tell you why you need this. I'm also going to use Android Studio for the code that for the Kotlin code. And if you're running this on a server, you're going to need some type of, I recommend SSH, Secure Shell Client. There are different types. I use OpenSSH, but there are multiple clients out there. And shell access just means the terminal, the command line. Okay, here are the results. However, like last time where the results were a little bit different when I actually run it, so we'll come back and check this result to see if they're accurate depending on the results we'll get. And of course, these are the screenshots here. We don't really need to go through this because we'll use the application. And as you see, this is the people's table. There's two rows. So we're going to try to get these rows with the code provided. And you see, this is the PHP code that it did provide, and this is the Kotlin code it provided. And these are the answers to the screenshot and the Mayor of Toronto, etc. And this is the live stream here. So if you don't join the channel, you can simply scroll down and click play here. This is the PHP and code. You can see it's a live. Really, what I'm doing right now, it's live. Quick reminder that when you get to the top here, each of these articles in the live submenu, they have a little snippet at the top of each article. It tells you where the live stream is going to be, the day, time, so it's going to be Eastern. You can ask questions about programming. Even the chat right now, free to ask any questions related to programming or the lifestyle, programming lifestyle topics. And you can click this link to go to the channel and log in, and you can ask questions. Or if you don't want to do it, you can watch the video before. I just showed it to you, this video right here. Okay, so Alpaca itself, you can install it. You can download it from the GitHub page. The link is also here. Python is just a language which you have to install, because I think all AIs at the time of this recording, they always need Python. And then the language model, you can be downloaded from Ollama. So we go here. You see this Llama 4. Oh, sorry, this is the wrong one. Oops. Okay, I need to update. This was from last tutorial. It's Gemma. I'll update this where you can get the Gemma one. So I'll fix this. I'll make a note of that. And as you can see here, Android Studio, that's Apache license. I do have a tutorial coming up on licenses. I'll explain all this. For example, this is a permissive license. Kotlin is also the Apache license permissive. Android itself is listed under 2 licenses. Apache license, which is a user space, and GNU GPL version 2 for the Linux kernel. So obviously Apache is permissive, and the GNU is GPL is copyleft. PHP license is permissive. It's for the PHP scripting language. Python is listed under the Python Software Foundation license, which is also permissive. GNOME is listed under the GNOME, sorry, not the GNOME, the GPL version 2, copyleft. Alpaca itself is listed under the GPL version 3, which is also copyleft. the Gemini family. So yeah, the Gemini family, this is the one of the language models. It's listed under Gemini terms of use. So you notice here, it's not under the open source. I just put a warning here because they do have some use restrictions, meaning that you can't get it to generate answers for, some things that, in this case, Google doesn't want you to. So that's what I'm saying. That's why it's not open source, because if it was truly open source, you could do whatever you want. So you're not allowed to. First, I want to ask what I should do for full stack plus AI, or just AI, or just full stack. Okay, so I'm going to ask a question by, hope I spelled this correctly, Rishab. So he's asking, first I want to ask what I should do, full stack plus AI. I would go for full stack and AI to learn. Oh, sorry. I'll go full stack, which will make it easy to understand AI. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's get started here. So I just replied to a chat request. So I'm going to minimize this, and I'm going to open up the application. I went through the application before, but I'll go through it again. Did it open up? Okay, it just opened up now. It has my previous answer, so let me actually remove that first. Delete chat. Okay, so this is the default, and you see it has this Gemma, it's 7B, and I'll show you how to, for example, I had to delete the other language model because it was, as I said, when I would ask questions, it would use that language model instead of this one. So you can see here, you can click the for a new chat. We can just start typing here. I'm going to go to the settings. So that's where the settings. Oh, here we go. So you can see you can import chat, manage instances. So let's go to preferences. So you see preferences, you can run it in the background. There's no need to, I'm running on a desktop, so I don't need power saving or whatever. I like this, you can zoom in and you see the speech recognition model. It went to the base one, which is the tiny one, but you can go to large. I think I'll go to large. No, I'll leave the base for now. And then see speech recognition, it's English, of course. And so this is where you can set the preferences, and then to set the languages, you go let's go to manage instances first, and you can see here it's managed. It's Ollama client. You can add extra, but there's no need to. Next, we go to models. So you see here it's the Gemma 7B, and you see it was modified literally just a few days ago at the time of this recording. And you see it's built by Google DeepMind. So you can get the code here and the voice default. I just use default. You can change it. You see, I'm not using voice, but you can change them there. And what else is here? So you can these are the added ones. There's only one right now. So if I wanted more, I can simply just click there or click the plus here, and make my own, add the models. And if I want to check for models, I just go to manage tools here. No, that's not it. So I usually have a bigger screen, so this 1080p is a little bit small for me. And you can see here, this is the 7B here. So if I click add model here, I can go and pick. You see, I've added a model. It's a custom one here, so I don't need this one. So I'm gonna just need to delete this one here. Is it? Oh yeah, we go. Click the delete button, remove. And then click available, and you see the available. This is where I can pick. We did think this one or this one last time. I can't remember. You see the different models I can pick. So that's why, and you see there's DeepSeek. There's different ones. So we'll probably go through this in a future tutorial. Okay, with that out of the way, let's actually get started here. So the new chat. You put the chat in here, and then obviously you can speak or whatever, but I'm just going to make it pretty simple. So the first one is keep it consistent. Who is the mayor of Toronto? Could be I spelled mayor wrong. Mayor of Toronto. Okay, so I press enter and you see it's running. So the reason I asked this question was because during the pandemic, the mayor of Toronto, his name was John Tory, he spent his time with mistress, and so he resigned. So there was actually no mayor of Toronto. That's why, even though right now when he resigned, I think about some time later, there's a new mayor of Toronto. So the reason why I asked this question is because it should be an easy question to answer today, right? Because it's been, I think it's been over 2 years or so. So, this answer is actually interesting because it says as of October 2023, the mayor of Toronto is John Tory. Now, obviously, we are not in 2023, we're in 2025. So this is clearly a fail. But this is probably one of the first times that is actually given a real person who actually exists or existed at that time. So it says as of October 2023. So this is actually a very disappointing answer. I should actually say, like for example, one of the answers we got last time, it says go check the website to see who the mayor of Toronto is, which makes sense. Okay, so this is a fail. So let's move on to the new chat. So I can just click new chat here, or go up here and where is it? Here we go, and just delete this chat. So I'm not even gonna. I just said that's just a fail. Okay, so the next one is I need a PHP code snippet to connect to a MySQL database. Okay, press enter. Okay, so it looks like it's using Markdown. This answer is actually looks pretty okay. This is better than the answer I gave before. The answer I gave before, it was using backticks, which were clearly wrong. This one actually looks like it might actually work. Okay, better answer. It's using MySQL improved, so that's also pretty good. Yeah, so this actually will work. I will actually test this. So I'm gonna open up Guinea. So while this is running, and I'll open up a PHP file here. And can I move this to how do I move to a different tab? Open a new window. It doesn't let me open up in a new window. It wants me to open all this. Okay, that kind of. Maybe because I haven't saved it. That's probably why. Okay, I'll open up a new instance. That's fine. So say Guinea -i. Okay, here we go. So this is the new Guinea instance. So what I'll do is I'll copy. So it explains the code as well. I can already tell this code is going to be correct. It's still running. It's a little bit slow. That's one thing I noticed about this. It's probably one of the slowest. I forgot. Maybe it's also because I'm using OBS. That could also be it. So I'm just going to copy this code up here and copy it. Well, this is still running, so we don't waste time. I'll paste it here, and I'm going to actually this file. I want to show you what file it actually produced last time. Oh, looks like it's done. Okay, that's good. So this is the code it produced last time. Let me zoom in here so you can see. So this is the code it produced last time. You see this backtick? this is clearly wrong because this will not be able to connect to the database. So, and you can see here this exclamation mark and another backtick. So that was clearly wrong. So this time it produced different codes, which I'm just going to paste here again. So this is the code it produced this time. As you can see, the variables are actually correct. The variables are correct. Everything here is correct. The only thing we need to do is change the information here. Localhost is correct. So we're going to change this. We're going to use Guy for obviously generative AI. Enter the password. And the database we want to is now called people. Actually, no, it's actually called Guy. That's the table is called, no, wait. Yeah, the table is called, so the table is called people. So this one here, Guinea does have a built-in terminal, so we can just run that in the terminal. And you see nothing, so nothing failed, so we know it connected properly. Now to prove to you, I'm going to put in the wrong database here. I'll just say Guy, 2 of them. If I run this, it should give me an error message. Yeah, you see it gave me an error message. So that means that everything was correct. Remember, my question was I wanted just to connect to the database. I didn't say I wanted to select a table or whatever. So this answer is actually very good. So this is a 100% pass. So then it explains it here, host, username, password, and the die. So this is actually kudos. So this time when I ran it, it gave me the proper answer. So that's great. So we're gonna delete this chat. I'm not gonna save it. Okay, so the next one is I'm going to copy it because I spell sometimes make spelling mistakes. I'll just paste in here. So I'll read that to you. I said I need a 1080p screenshot of the GNOME desktop environment. So the reason I'm asking this question is because this is a chat AI. Basically, it provides answers. It doesn't do photos or anything. It doesn't paint. So that's basically what I just want to see what it's going to say. So for example, it says right here, this answer was actually pretty quick. It says, I'm unable to access visual information or perform physical actions such as taking screenshots. I do not have the capacity to interact with your graphic environments or devices. So I'm going to say this is a pass as well because some of the AIs in the past, what they were saying is that they can't access my desktop. I'm using the GNOME desktop. So that answer was actually wrong because I might be using a different desktop, maybe like KDE, right, or XFCE. So this one I'll give this one a pass. So far, we're 2 out of 3. Okay, so that's pretty good. So we'll delete this chat and I'll paste the last chat and I'll press enter. That's weird. Okay, I have to press the button here instead. Okay, so I'm asking this request. I'll read it to you. I said I need a Kotlin code snippet to open the camera using Camera 2 API and place the camera view on a texture view. So in the chicken webcam series, I've actually done this both in Java and Kotlin. So so it's producing the Kotlin code here. Now, to be fair, on the article I said that this failed. But I think now that I think about it, this answer might actually be correct because I was very specific in my request. You see, I said I need a Kotlin code snippet. I never said that I need a Kotlin application, right? I said I just need a Kotlin code snippet to open the camera to API and place the camera view on a texture view. However, here's the problem. if in my sentence here, I said that I do need to open the camera, right? I said I need to open the camera. This doesn't open the camera. Then I also said I need to place the camera view on a texture view. So if we check out here, it does get the texture view. So that's correct. And then it doesn't place it on the so here, for example, it says the texture view, blah blah blah, and it says set preview, the preview service. So this is not going to work if I run this, because there's clearly some things missing here. For example, it needs to request permissions to use the camera, right? So that's clearly up here. I did say I need to open the camera. So none of this does that. And this code will not run. And I'm going to prove it in a second as well. There's a lot of stuff missing here. So let's read the explanation. It's not done yet, but let's read the explanation. Actually, you know what? While this is running, it's not to waste time. I'm going to open up Android Studio, because that takes its sweet time to open up. So okay, this is finished. So Android Studio is not, where is it? Okay, it's still loading. So it's, oh, wow, that was pretty fast. Okay, so I'm going to start a new project. And because this is Kotlin, I can use a no activity or empty activity. So I'm going to use I'll use an empty activity. You know what? Just to be fair, I'll use an empty views activity. So here we go, and I'll call this one Gemma 7b Kotlin. Okay, so this is the part that takes a while to load up. So actually, I'm going to make it small while I put it there. Is it finished? Yeah, it's still loading. Oh no, it will finish loading when this is up. So if put it here, so just we can view. Okay, so it says the camera manager provides access to camera devices. And says camera facing, specifies the camera to open. So you see, where's camera facing up here? It doesn't exist. So the texture view, that's the only part that I actually got right. Then this surface texture represents a surface that can be used to displaying the camera view. And it says capture session and capture request. So as I said, none of this will work because you need permissions to use the camera. And so what I'm saying is that I know where it got this code from. It got this code actually from the internet, but that was part of other code snippets that it clearly didn't put here. So that's a problem. And like I said, is it finished yet? Okay, so I'm going to copy this code. You see, it does use Markham. So look, I can just simply click here to copy it. So which I will do. So copy message, and let's so this is now finished. Okay, and you see by default when it creates the activity here, it created this part here, and the other thing is, you notice I did say the texture views. It didn't create the texture view, so either I have to create the texture view in the resources folder in the activity main. I don't know if this has an activity layout. I have to put it here. So let's open this up and let's look at the code. So this has a text view, it doesn't have a texture view, so it doesn't explain that. So you can dynamically create a texture view, but the code doesn't do that. So if we go to the code here as well, and the main activity, this is already open up here. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to replace the class and put the piece of code there? Of course not. So I'm going to paste their code in here. And you see there's problems. Get system service, right? There's the texture view is fine. So there we go. Do I even need to run this? right? So clearly this is a major fail. I'm not even going to bother. And here clearly mistakes here. So it just copied and pasted as the guys at the old MISC forum used to say. This is a copy pasta that completely wrong. I'm not even going to bother running this. You see, there's already 9 errors, right? 9 errors. So yeah, this is a complete fail. So I'm just going to close this application. I don't want to waste my time here. So we will close project. And what I'll do is I'll go here and I'll just remove. Yeah, there's no need for that one. That's just a major fail. Okay, so it's glare, I can't see. Okay, so with that out of the way, oops, wrong one. Okay, now that's a big fail there. So let's delete this one, and we'll do the last one where I'll ask it to create a blend file. For fire animations, and I've already created I did create blend file using Python, but you could have done it yourself, where I did create a cube fire animation. I also created a video for that. So okay, so this answer is not bad because it says I'm not able to provide blend files or multimedia content. That's actually true. Creating realistic file animation requires advanced knowledge of physics, shaders, and animation principles. All I said was I just need a file animation. I never said that has to be complex. So you could have simply done one of the quick effects. It's recommended to seek resources and tutorials online to collaborate with experienced Blender users to achieve your desired results. So that answer is actually not too bad. So I would say out of the 5 questions, it answered. There was a fail, complete fail for 2 of them, and the others were decent answers. Let's say that. So to be fair, so it got a 3 out of 5. Now, one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this chat. Actually, I should probably leave it, but I'm going to delete it just to be fair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the settings. If you remember when we went to manage models, here where we went, and where's the settings? Manage tools. No, that's not it. Forgot. It's kind of chilly here. Is it instances? Let's edit this one. Yeah, here we go. So default model 7B, that's fine. Where was the part where we modified it? Oh, preferences, I think it was. Yeah, preferences. You see that's for the speech recognition model. So I want to make something very clear. So that's a speech. I'm not using speech recognition. So this one, you see, it has the base 150. I can obviously change it to a big one. So just to prove that there are no settings I can tweak to make this smarter. It's actually, there's nothing I can do to make it smarter. It's not smart enough. So with that out of the way, we can close this application. If you go, let's look at the results from the previous answers. So the previous answers here, it produced inaccurate, outdated information answer to Olivia Chow, the mayor of Toronto. That's 100% correct. This one here, it actually it produced, in the second time around, it actually produced a proper PHP code snippet to connect to the MySQL database. So this one, it did actually pass. This one, as I said before, it actually accurately detected the inability to generate a screenshot. And for number 4 here, it produced inaccurate Kotlin code. And this one, it also detected inability to generate a blend file. So there we go. So the results were, except for number 2, were bang on. Okay, quick reminder that I do our live stream every single day. You visit ojambo.com, you go to the watch menu, live sub menu, and then you can see the current and then the future topics for future live streams. Be sure to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments for more frequent content. And if you enjoyed this, consider supporting me. You can purchase one of my WordPress plugins at ojambo.com. You can enroll in my programming courses at ojamboshop.com. You can also buy my books on Amazon. Search for Edward Ojambo, links in the description. And you can also hire me for your programming and app development needs at ojamboservices.com. And finally, you can also become a donor at ojambo.com/donate. The donate button is also up here in the fixed header. Okay, so there's no more chat requests, so I'm going to end this now and see you in the next one. Thank you.